Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is Jeremy. I want to thank you again for spending your time with me here on Crew First Culture podcast. Appreciate it so much. Anybody that's new to the show, welcome, and hope that you enjoy your time here today. So this is actually take number 3 with this. I've just kind of messed up the second take and started over, but the previous take I sat in the parking lot Saturday morning before work and recorded this show and then listened to it on my way home the next day and just realized that I had gotten into a rabbit hole that was probably about 20 minutes long and just not enjoyable for myself to listen to by any means. So I didn't really want to force that out. Just figure that I could do a little bit better job. So we're going to try to do little bit better job. I fumbled around on the first go around here a few minutes ago. So I stopped it and we're going to start over. So basically I am facing a app or an iPad that's going dead and headphones that are going dead. So I'm going to try to get my way through this before we have anything else that go on. So basically today, kind of where I'm at as far as where I want to go is our training mindset. You know, where are we at mentally when it comes to training? Are we in a stage to where we approach training with a participation ribbon mindset? Are we just there because we have to be there? Are we checked out, not really getting anything out of it? Or are we approaching training with the mindset of, I'm going to take this training, I'm going to learn it the best I can, and I'm going to pass it on to as many people as I can? I think I think that it's not just either or. I think there are lots of stages in between those. You know, I think you can have a little bit of a gray area between those, but I believe that very much so those are two completely different mindsets that you can take. And I personally can say that I have lived both of those mindsets. So really what has led me to this conversation is this is actually probably the one of the biggest areas of growth I could say that I've had in my, career just within the past probably 4 to 6 months is that realization of the idea of that mindset that I was going into it. And so kind of just a little backstory leading me into this is, so I've got a guy that I work with. I'm in my crew that is just a rock star. He loves training. He is awesome at teaching. He's awesome at just his drive to keep pushing, keep going, keep getting better. And and I'm lucky enough, like I said, to have this guy on my crew. His name is Justin Mann. There are probably a lot of people out there that know him because he basically either helps teach or teaches himself pretty much around the nation right now. He's involved in some stuff that he does on his own, and he's involved in some cadres of some pretty well known uh, crews and classes. So that being said, I think one of the coolest things about Justin is he's got this tremendous drive to train, tremendous drive to get better, all that. But the coolest thing is that he has the ability to lift people up to his level that aren't there, and by in ways that I don't really even really truly understand. And I guess the best way to say that is a lot of people that are like him that have this tremendous drive to train and be active and all this, they kind of overwhelm people. You know, they turn people off because they're so aggressive and just push. And Justin just has this ability to, and I lost my headphones. So hopefully the recording is going through the iPad. So anyway, he just has this ability to bring people along with him and kind of pull them towards that same mentality without being pushy. And I hope I'm explaining that well enough, but he's just very good at that, because I personally, when we first got together as a crew, you know, I literally, part of my kind of, I don't know, it was just opening statement and expectations and all that. It was literally in there that I'm not a big training guy, but when we're doing training, I want to have a good attitude about it and a sense of urgency and blah blah blah. And that's basically it. That was my opening statement that dealt with training for my new crew. And to think back to that is just, it amazes me where I'm at today. And that particular piece of my expectations have changed several times just in that time frame. And we're talking about a year and a half time wise, as far as kind of what time period I'm talking about here. And so just in the year and a half that I've been with him, I've changed that statement several times. And basically what it says now is that I want to train every day. I want to do something every day that gets us better. And I don't care if it's just a short, you know, watch a video and discuss it, or listen to a podcast and discuss it. You know, it doesn't matter. Or if it's a 3-hour, you know, run of evolutions, I want to do something every day to get better. And so that kind of just tells you a little bit of that shift in mindset. And really, I wanted to make sure I brought him up, because I don't think I would be sitting here doing this right now if it wasn't for him and his ability to help others get better, maybe even against their wishes of wanting to get better. You know, he just, like I said, he's just good at it. And so I wouldn't be in the place that I am right now if it wasn't for that. You know, he quietly pushed me to regain some passion that I haven't had in years and years and years. And so, you know, that pushed me to want to create things department wise that really kind of fell through and didn't happen. So that pushed me to start some Instagram stuff and some writing and now podcasting, you know, and whatever avenue that I feel like I can get out and reach somebody. That all started because I had somebody with me that wanted to make others better and that wanted to share his knowledge with others. And so that's kind of where all of this has kind of came from. And so that created the passion and the drive and, you know, all that, like I talked about. But something else that kind of flipped another level switch was he got hurt earlier this year and was gone for a while. And that really, really helped me to see that I am depending on him way too much. You know, I am the officer of that crew. I am in charge of that crew. It is my responsibility to be the person to make everybody better. It's not my responsibility to depend on one of the other people constantly to be that person. And so while he was gone, I really came to the realization that I'm not doing anybody any good. All I'm doing is just soaking up some stuff that, yeah, it's making me better. It's helping me to to learn and to grow, but I'm not using that for anybody else's good. And so I guess the best way to say it is I just discovered another level of training that I never really realized. And so that'll kind of bring me back to my original topic is, what is your mindset? I mentioned earlier the participation ribbon mindset of training. So, I think the lowest level of training, if you're talking about people that at least get out and do it, is the checked out people. You're there, your body's there, but you're not paying attention to anything. You're not soaking up anything. You're not learning. You're not getting better. And so, and I'm not even really talking about that level. At that level, you're not there to do any good. So I'm going to go even above that as far as my baseline. And that baseline is the people that are there. They're paying attention. They're wanting to get better. They're listening and learning so that they can personally get better at whatever skill or whatever is discussed. I think that personally is a kind of the baseline minimum training mindset. They're there, they're participating, they get a ribbon. So what I really, really learned on my own in that particular situation is that I have to approach training with the mindset of I've got to soak this up to the point that I am comfortable teaching others this training. And that is a huge, huge difference. I can sit in training and before that switch flipped in my head, I could sit there and I could learn and I learned a lot and I got better, but I also sat on the sidelines a lot because I'm an officer. I don't ever have a hose line in my hands on scenes. I don't ever force doors on scenes. I've got firefighters that do that. That's their job. But if I don't do that personally, I can't teach others those skills because I haven't done them. I'm not able to do the best job of sharing that knowledge. And so that was kind of the switch that I keep saying that was flipped is if I don't approach these scenarios, these evolutions, whatever it is we're doing with the mindset of soaking up every single bit of it as best I can so that I'm comfortable sharing that, then I'm not doing anybody else any good. And so luckily, that's happened because, like I've talked about a few times, I started volunteering in the little town that I live in. And I've already had the chance several times to kind of, what the right word is, to teach some of those firefighters some things that I've learned from Justin and from the training that I've done at my career department. And I don't think I honestly could have done that without that mindset switch because I feel like I probably could have fumbled my way through it, but that's not the kind of person I am. If I'm not competent and confident in something that I'm going to be teaching, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a part of that because I just don't want to try to pass on things that I'm not fluid and knowledgeable in because I'm not somebody that just wants to kind of fumble his way through it and make up stuff and smoke and mirrors my way through something. So that's been very, very helpful to me. And like I said at first, I truly think this is one of the biggest areas of growth I've had because it's so important to really have that different mindset. And then, like I said, I've struggled through lots of stages of my fire service career in lots of areas. But if we're talking about this particular subject, I feel like I have been on at every level of it. And even like when I first kind of got describing this stuff, even that basement person of not really involving themselves and being checked out and not getting anything out of it, I probably honestly say that I've been there as well. And so, that sucks. I wish that wasn't the case, but that's just, it's the way it is. I I assume that most people kind of experience that same thing, and I'm not saying everybody, because I'm sure there are a few out there that are able to stay at high levels for long periods, and if that's you, that's awesome. But it hasn't been me. Life situations and crew situations and different things have really played a role in kind of the roller coaster of my career. And so all I can say is I'm lucky to be in a spot where I'm at right now, to where my mindset is in a good spot. I'm motivated to do good things, even though it's a struggle nowadays as far as just what the world looks like and what the fire service looks like and what my department looks like as far as all this precautions and restrictions, and so that's a struggle. But I still have that drive of wanting to do good things and wanting to share knowledge any chance I get, and having that ability, because I was able to figure out the difference between just participating and learning to share that knowledge later on. So again, I wanted to just thank Justin for this. Justin is somebody that I definitely want to have on pretty quick, just to get his input on some training, and just kind of talk about what he is passionate about, and all that. It'd be a good conversation to have. And wanted to plug his company. Woods Forcible Entry Door Kit is a company that he's partners in. They put out a great product. I actually just purchased one myself recently, and put out some pictures and videos of kind of the first stages of putting it together last weekend, and go back to work on Saturday and hopefully get that done. I just got my Pro Bar in the mail yesterday, and super excited about kind of getting that thing tuned up. And I got an axe that will be coming pretty quick, and I've already got an axe from him for my birthday, so we'll probably put those things to work Saturday, hopefully, if we can get it all tied up and put together. But check them out, Woods Forcible Entry Door Kit, Facebook. They have an Instagram page, Woods Forcible Entry. Got some good videos. If you have their products, be sure to send them videos and pictures. They love to repost stuff and show people putting in reps and work on their doors. So anyway, thank you. I think that's kind of the base of what I wanted to get across today. At this stage, I feel like if I don't end things, I kind of start circling around. So just kind of concluding and not circle around more than once, but what is your mindset? That is a big question that we all need to ask ourselves, and not just once. I think it's something that needs to be evaluated pretty regularly, because it changes. Like I said, I've been at every stage of that. So, right now, what is your mindset? Are we just going through the motions? Are we learning just to better ourselves? Or are we learning to better ourselves and learning truly to the point that we can pass that knowledge on to the next generation of firefighters coming up? So hopefully that's some good thoughts that I can leave you with. I would love any kind of comments, questions, concerns, topics that you'd like to bring up, anything like that. I've mentioned before, I've had a few people reach out to me. There's nothing that feels better than somebody reaching out and just kind of telling me kind of what really spoke to them, or, you know, things that they may have that it was nice for somebody else to talk about because they felt like they're the only ones dealing with it. Anything like that, you know, it feels good to have somebody reach out to you and tell you that what you're doing is good. So anything like that, I appreciate. Liking, sharing, rating, reviewing, if you feel like it. Of course, any podcaster out there would tell you it's awesome to see that, and it helps. So I appreciate any of that. So thanks again. Hopefully get back to you with another topic that I feel like is something of value here pretty quick. And so look forward to seeing you again, talking to you again. As always, till next time, stay safe, take care of each other.